Sino taga-Boston?
Ako.
Taga-Boston ka? No, I'm just fortunate to be there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you went to Harvard.
I had a good experience in Boston. Twice.
See, I know, because of you, they call me the Yorme for the Filipino community.
Yeah. Kapag na tayo eh. Napuyat lang ako. Mga lang sa akin isang tulog. Anyway, welcome to our humble office. This is where you watch our videos. We're doing something, trying to put that in right perspective, different. So we're in our own little way, we update our people on what's going on with the city with regard to week-long activities. So we have this capital report. It's like a blog. Technology being utilized at the very least to inform the public what's happening and what's going to happen. When I met the guy who listened to a guy who created Link in Boston, he taught us on how to utilize technology in governance. How can you be closer to the people you think be closer to your constituents. So far,
On Fridays, di ba?
every Friday. Wala lang specific time. There's one good thing about Facebook, you can do it anytime. After, pag medyo maluwag na yung oras namin, we report. This is just the brief of what transpired. Kasi mga tao, lalo na yung 8 oras, 8-hour people, per person, wala silang time. Kasi, gigisingin sa umaga, they will dedicate about 1.5 hours of their life in the morning for travel time. And 8 hours for their work. And hopefully 1.5 hours going home. So with their time, it's about 11 hours of their life. And if they have family, then still few hours with their family. Or not, sleep na lang. And people should know what's happening to this government. So they can do it while riding the vehicle, anywhere. They can make it as a sleeping pill. Kasi para makatulog ako, minsan nanonood ako. Dalawang school of life ko. Si Google at si YouTube. So when I wanted to learn something, he is the head of our, the city's public information officer. He's the one who created the idea. Si Julius, si Julius. Ayan, our chief of staff, Cesar Chavez. Si Julius, 22 pa lang years, no? 22 years old, the youngest information officer. He is the youngest. Mahal na mahal siya ni Nikki Collins. Dahil isang follower namin. Love na love sa kanya. But yun yung ginagawa nga namin. At least doon. Saka mas accessible ang tao sa amin. I get information. try to keep the data to myself. Then I send it to respective agency to address it. Everything. The sipsipin ng kanal, may traffic enforcer na ng moto, there's chaos, there's traffic, there's requests. Marami. Mas napalapit ang tao sa gobyerno. Because that's the first order that I signed. The first executive order that I signed. EO number 1, open governance. That's my first EO. I was fortunate to be guided by Chief of Staff. She says our challenge. So anyway, you're going to where? After this.
Well, they're going to the Department of Trade and Industry.
Oh, yeah. Send my regards to Secretary Lopez.
Lopez. So actually for this whole day, we call it the Government Day for the Philpro.
Oh, I'm
Because-
honored with all the
Yes.
agencies in the
Yes.
government. You opted to go here.
They've
I'm honored.
actually,
Thank you.
they've actually been to the Department of Tourism this morning
Okay, Berna.
with Berna, Secretary Berna, and then with
Masipag
the
yun.
Department of Foreign Affairs, where
Oh.
they come from. And with you, they're very much looking forward to this particular event.
Send my regards to Secretary Lopez. Secretary Lopez is a witness of innovation of Manila. When President Duterte last State of the City address came up with the directive wherein simple transaction in government must be within 3 days. It's the ease of doing business. Our city, immediately after that statement of the President, to show unity and creating harmony as local government unit in relation with national government. Secretary Lopez was here during the launching of our POS, the business one-stop shop, wherein when you apply business permit in Manila, 1 day lang. And Secretary Lopez was there. And 2 days ago, yesterday by Julius, we're about to, 2 days ago, Monday, the technology adaptation. Monday. The city, in a few days now, will adopt technology as part of government processes. Wherein business taxpayer and real property taxpayer can pay now online. I don't want them here in City Hall. This is just like a few square meters. Can you imagine 100 square meters of our business processing office at 60,000 clients who will renew at 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in the next 2 months? That's 40 days times 8 hours. Then you have 60,000 clients. You do the time in motion. Everybody will be here. And it will generate more chaos than service. So that's why I need to address it, because I've seen it. Why? You know, I used to be the fence eater of the country, of the city. I used to remember the city council as councilor and as vice mayor. I watched leaders of Manila. And I wish I could have do it better and explain the things I've been so many times and tried to convince them to adapt. Because my teacher, again, said, sabi niya, you cannot solve corruption. And we were like, huh? Kasi there are new things. Pag nasolve isang way of corruption, may bago na naman. nag-innovate din ang corruption. Okay, sabi niya, but the only way to approach it is to use technology. Sabi niya, if you lessen human interaction, natural death of corruption. Ay walang may tama, teknolohiya. Plus, the comfort that you're going to give that any John Doe's and Mary can pay any time of the day, anywhere in the world, as long as there is internet. So you don't have to hurry, oh, this is the last day of payment. And then a traffic cop, boom, nagsara, penalize ka na the following day. Huh? So yung hassle. Because there are studies that 75% nowadays go online are now believing shopping online. So yeah, I think it's high time. Tapos ang ano nun, ang title no app, Go Manila. We did that already when I was then a vice mayor and was tasked to address traffic. We created an app, Go Manila, wherein you can see the streets of Manila live in your phone. But when I was out of office, tinanggal din yun. Tinanggal. Nawala ako sa public office. But anyway, now it's better. Kasi that's business tax, we have property tax. Next, job creation. Gagamitin namin tulay yung teknolohiya sa naghahanap ng empleyado at yung empleyado naghahanap ng trabaho. And as a form of tourism and all other services. So for example, ilan sa inyo panyaga. Wala ko na halos. Lahat kayo Filipino. American. Filipino-American. Someday, I don't know if you have Philippine passport. No. If you're born here, I don't know. No? Dual citizen. That I don't know. But someday, somehow, you will need your birth certificate. And if you were born in Manila, you'll go to our office. Eh paano kung nasa Illinois ka? So, biyahe ka, 16 hours. Just imagine, you go 16 hours, at di ka pa sigurado. Pagdating mo, naku, may kulang. Nagigets niyo? I-exaggerate ko pa yan, we're talking of abroad. Lapitan natin, taga Cavite ka na lang. You're born in Manila. Same thing. Kulang. Balik-balik. Darating ang punto wherein you can get a copy of your security paper, set copy of your birth certificate via online. Kasi kung wala namang mali sa ano mo, copy lang ang gusto mo. Now, two things may happen to you. Pay online and get it in the desk, front desk, here, or you want it delivered to you for a fee. So you buy convenience. Sa Amerika, yun yung pinaliliwanag ko sa mga Pilipino. Sa Amerika, mas gusto nilang bumili ng convenience kaysa ubusin nila yung oras nila sa isang bagay na sa tingin nila mas mahalaga na gamitin niya sa bagay niya. Kasi you're being paid per hour. Diba? Kaya yung mga ONAX, ang mindset sa kanila, value yung value ng time. Kano?
Ina-translate ko lang.
Americans, mindset nila, they always value their hour. Kaya they plan. Kaya sa kanila una nag-click ng online shopping. Diba? So anyway, hopefully, ganun ang mangyari sa Manila. Marami pa yan. Birth certificate, cedula, permits, pati hindi ka na pabalik-balik. pati tubo, kuryente, o tapos darating doon, may isang button doon, you wanna pay your Globe, Smart, Meralco, SSS, PhilHealth, tuition fee, private sector electricity, internet, load, hindi ka na alis sa Go Manila. May in-attach kaming about 2,000 merchants all over the country. And add-on services for the people of Manila. Yun yung approach namin sa ease of doing it. Yun ang tingin kong smart city. More than infrastructure. Kasi smart city is how can you make your citizen convenient receiving services from his outlet. We'll see. A few days now. I-out na siya sa iOS saka sa Android. Like yan. Or you go web ipay.manila.gov.ph. Bilang gumagamit ng web browser. Nandito ang competition. So part 2 ng programa niyo?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Actually, the Department of Foreign Affairs together with Ayala Foundation has this about a week-long program for them. So today, as I said, is Government Day. Then they have some immersion programs tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to Pampanga.
Talaga? Saan sa Pampanga?
Mini, where are we going? We're going to walk the line with Manila Water.
City of Manila.
Fernando just visited me a week ago. Mr. Ayala. They have also interest here in Divisoria. And we are fortunate that Mr. Fernando Sebelde Ayala trusted the city of Manila and they're going to invest here. They're going to develop their property now. It's a huge property. Tutuban will be redeveloped. Grabe. Tuwa nga. Never goes to local government unit first time.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Traffic?
3 hours yung isa.
Okay.
Grabe, no? Dahil nasa paglilinis. People. May awa ang Diyos. So lahat kayo ay may lahing Pilipino. By blood. So mother or father. Or both. Ay mga gringo na. Ang gagaling nyo.
Mr. Mayor, would you like them to introduce themselves?
Yeah, please. Oh, please.
We have some 40 participants for this
Sure.
batch. So this is the 8th batch. They call themselves Ocho. Batch Ocho. So maybe we can start from Ms. Duarte is from Ayala, and myself am from the DFA. Ms. Darren's our consul in Washington, our embassy in Washington. So the participants starting off from here. Perhaps you can introduce yourself and the background.
My name is Fred Doctor po.
It's okay, no, don't stand up. It's okay, don't worry.
So my name,
Be natural. Bata naman ako, kaya...
so my name is Fred Doctor po. I'm from the city of Carson in Los Angeles, California.
Carson.
Yes.
Daming Pinoy dun.
Exactly. I'm a commissioner for the city, public relations commissioner. My legacy project, because I'm also the business development coordinator for Mabuhay Credit Union, is to help with financial literacy for our kababayans in the U.S.
That's nice. so that they keep sending money to me. Did you know that first time in history of my political career or my life in public service or even my life, 45, have you heard that people giving money to the government? Sending their hard-earned money, immigrants and OFW, and a 7-year-old boy
Oh, that's it.
for my in-city vertical housing program. Kaya siya nandiyan. Is my inspiration. So yun, naisip ko lang kasi sabi mo, financial literacy and everything. Please continue.
You can say where your roots are from.
I was actually born and raised in Kagaya, City.
Kagayan, ng mga Moreno.
Yes, I'll be visiting him.
You know, the city legal officer is Attorney Moreno. He is my professor in UP
Okay.
when I took the executive program there in NCPA. He's now the city legal. Brother of
Oh, yeah, Oka and it's called.
how I wish.
So thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
You so much for having us.
Hello po. Earl Valencia, and I'm in technology. So I'm from San Francisco and Connecticut. So I kind of do both sides of the east and west coast. And I'm building actually a startup in financial technology
Fintech.
and AI. So we're trying to use AI so that the customers will build its own credit score, but the credit score doesn't exist, right? And the project I'm also leading is how to connect the diaspora, especially Filipino diaspora in Silicon Valley technology, and connect them to entrepreneurs and startups here dito sa Philippines.
You know, timely, but 2 months ago, I asked the president of PLN to create me a robot. It may sound weird for a mayor to ask an educational institution to create a robot. It's not about the robot. It's about the capacity of our students to create one. Sabi ko, I'll fund it. So I give them appropriation 20 million pesos just to give me a robot. They call it a MAPO, Manila robot. You know, to collaborate with, for example, let's just say EC students, programming students, architecture students, design students. Those are different colleges. Collaboration in one university because PLN nowadays, most of the courses are leading the country in the board examination. Kaya lalo na yung healthcare na mga health industry, mga doctors namin, acupuncture. So if we can create one for medical school, why not? Kasi nabanggit mo yung AI. Then you're into fintech. Few days ago, we finished first time in history of Philippine government or local government. We created a venture capital fund. I appropriated 100 million for our students and graduates of UDM and PLN because I don't want them to be an 8-hour person. I want them to be entrepreneurs. Now, they are our product. Why don't we provide and invest to them? Sakto, ang galing.
Usap tayo.
Totoo yun. Total, produkto na. Pinag-aral namin. Inalagaan namin. Di ba? Di puhunan na namin.
Believe it as well.
Parang venture capital, pero owned by the city government. Tapos share lang kami sa ano niya. Kung ano man yung ginawa niyang kumpanya. Sakto. Tumatamba ko. Isko, kamusta naman?
As you know, from Boston, Massachusetts, I'm the youngest and only Filipino commissioner of the Asian American Commission. in Boston for the state of Massachusetts. My parents are from a local store, and my project is to focus on developing young Filipino American leaders at a young age to develop them really quickly, specifically in the middle school and high school age.
Ano pa ba yung oldest oyster store?
Union.
Pupunta ako doon, tsumikira. Malayo siya sa Armor. You have to drive about 15-20 minutes.
But like I said, because of your position, a lot of people and my activities in the Boston community, the Filipino community refers to me as your mate to your.
Honored, ha? Sige, Tony.
Oh, hello, Mayor. Thank you again. My name is Antonio. I am a neurologist in Los Angeles. I actually spent time and was trained here at PGH also.
Talaga?
When I did a Fulbright fellowship back in 2008.
Galing.
But I'm very passionate about increasing the health of Filipinos globally, not only just Filipino America. And we actually created a video called the Pansin Stroke video. It's on TFC all of this week. So in preparation for Christmas and unhealthy.
The city, may mga connect tayo. Nasabi mo kasi yung pansin.
Yung Pansin is Filipino American Stroke Intervention.
Then naisip ko lang, kasi they are stroke. One way or another, they are PWDs, some of them. But in Manila nowadays, senior citizen and PWDs were given the opportunity to be back to society as an employee. Yes. Nagtatrabaho ng mga senior citizen. The logic behind is if the Americans can do it, the Japanese can do it, Hong Kong and Singaporeans can do it, why not Filipinos? So I asked those chain, we call it food chain, to hire senior citizen and PWDs. And it's been ongoing for the past 1.5 months. Bear in mind, I'm just 4 months in office. 4 months and 20 days or something. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
project that I'm working on is to unite young Filipino American doctors from all over the world, hopefully creating projects to increase the health of Filipinos globally as well.
Galing. And Miss Beautiful.
Good afternoon po. I'm Bernadette.
School of Business, Architecture, or Government?
Medicine po.
Medicine. Mas malala to. Kasi pag nasa dormitoryo ko, I have to cross Charles River, Charleston. I have to cross that, but before I reach the middle of the bridge, I have to see to it that the School of Business is clear of any individual because they hate people crossing the bridge because that is School of Government. Magkaaway yung dalawa. I mean not literally magkaaway. Ideologically speaking. But you're from medicine.
Yes, I graduated from Harvard, but now I'm a medical student in San Francisco.
Galing?
Yeah, and my mom is from Iloilo, and then my dad is Chinese American.
Oh my God. I'm Ilonggo. From San Jose Antique. Pareho na salita halos yung Karaya sa Ilonggo eh. Hindi nagkakalayo. Kaya pala siya malambing. But be careful. Ilonggos, we keep on smiling while pointing a gun in your face. Pagyan ka mo. Tatay ko kaya. Here, please. Sorry.
And just like Antonio, I'm very passionate about the health of our Filipino communities. So I established several clinics in the
Filipino communities, as well as other neighboring cities over there.
Marami pa rin bang pub sa Daly City on 5 o'clock?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kasi nagsasaing lahat yung mga tao. Pag alas 5 nagpapag na hindi. Nagsaing na lahat ang Pilipino. I've been there. I've been to saka sa downtown.
I'm Lizelle Tanglao. I'm a journalist. I'm based in New York, and my family roots here are from Mabalaca, Pampanga, and Angeles City. And-
Malapit doon sa pupuntahan niyo.
Yeah, yeah, very close. My legacy project is a multimedia project around taking a deeper dive around debt. So oftentimes debt, the mainstream perspective is always from the financial point of view. So like credit card debt, mortgages, student loans, but there's so much more aspects to debt. There's positive aspects to debt. There's also, utang ng loob, like from the Filipino perspective. So I wanted to really explore that and tell those stories.
Well, utang na loob is bayawan. Bayawan nature. And it's customary. So, that is one of the uniqueness of Filipinos. But it can be used in a negative. There's always two sides of it. Ganda story.
I'm Joyce King. I'm from Maryland. My family here is from Santa Maria, Bulacan, and Batangas. I'm a prosecutor. I prosecute child exploitation cases,
You?
and that's my legacy project here, hopefully in the Philippines, is to continue to fight the battle against child prostitution, child pornography, and sex tourism here in Manila.
I'm almost close because of that. Although I close it for some reason. When we open it, I'm about to close it again because of that. And I told you, you're not going to mind your way. Shut down you. Tilan mo yun. Buti naman. Kasi yung mga estudyante, pupunta sa mall. May code. Stand up in the barandilla. That's the cue. There's one good thing about this. Siguro, it's a good thing also that it's your way.
What's the name of the dog?
Your way. So, your me the dog, your me the mayor. Your me everything. Tawagin mo nga, pasok mo. So, yes, I'm very particular in that because if there's one good thing, me growing up in a very challenging community. I don't know if you know my story. It's hard to believe, but it's true. But having that kind of experience teaches me also about the tree because I saw it. Pasikat yan kasi maraming tao. And she's a girl. 6 months. 6 months? 6 months. Caucasian.
Charka.
Landi, no? Nagpapapansin, no? Maliligo na kasi yan eh. Wednesday, no?
One bottle a shot.
Ano siya? Wednesday and Saturday.
2 bottles a week.
Sa mall. Yorme. Yorme. Hindi, oh. Nakita niyo ba ito? Mag-brush ka muna. Yorme. Yorme. Come on. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Anyway. Saka sila, kita mo. Gusto na kasi lagi may bisita. Underage to, di ba? Okay. So, where are we? Yeah. So far, na-prevent pa rin yung long-standing immigration. Ewan Diyos. It's not a perfect government, but as long as, the moment malaman ko, ganun ako lagi. The moment na malaman ko, I will not sleep on it. That's why a lot of people would say in social media, matulog ka naman. They always say that. Pahinga ka naman. Kasi the moment na may laman ako, kasi pagpapabukas ko pa, mañana.
Magandang hapon, Mayor. Ako po si Eileen Agahan Ikisanzo, all the way from, or not all the way, but from the nearby island of Guam.
Guam.
So I'm almost a neighbor, 3 hours away from the Philippines.
Oh yeah, there again.
Oh,
How are you?
I think that's Hawaii, right? Hawaii, right? You'll hear from Hawaii native here.
I've been to Guam.
You have?
Yes, 2006, I guess. 2006.
We actually have some successful Filipino entrepreneurs who have set up business in Guam, like famous Joel Torre. He set up his JT's bar chicken Matutunghayan. So they have two now in Guam.
That's nice.
So as far as what I do, I'm in real estate, and I'm also leading the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. So like you, we definitely support the mission of promoting those in small business. We want to have more of our people engaged in entrepreneurial activities. And as far as legacy project, I'm very much interested in strengthening the network of young Filipino-American professionals in Guam. So a lot of us, I'm seeing that, we can definitely educate them more about our culture. We're slowly losing the native tongue. So I want them, hopefully I can promote some activities like similar to our immersion program right now, build leadership within my community. And eventually, overall, strengthen the ties between Guam and the Philippines. So hopefully, maybe our...
Marami pa rin pinya.
Pinya?
Pinya.
Oh, that's Hawaii.
We were Guam at saka Hawaii. Pinya. Pero maraming Pilipino sa Guam.
Yes, second largest population.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello po, my name is Crystal Canary. I am from Washington, D.C. My family is from Aguilar, so not too far from here.
Nagsipok ako ng palay sa Pilar.
That was a little too deep.
Okay. There is Abukay, Orani, Orion, Pugas. There is Pilar. Okay. In Balanga. Okay. There is a place called Landing, Pilar. Okay. Sipok ako ng palay. Ibig sabihin, yung palay, pag dinaanan ng makina, tutumba. Ani na to, di ba? Mag-aani ka na. So, what we're gonna do as farmers or workers in the farm, sisipokin mo. Kasi isusubo mo sa threshing machine. So mag-thresher, mag-iwalay yung palay and talahi. I did that in Landing Pilay. Saka nagwaling, nagbato ko doon. Bubuhat kami ng bato, o mga ganyan kalalaki, ilalagay sa elk, dadali nyo sa parang galing graba. Kaya very close sa akin yung bataan.
I haven't been in 12 years, so I'm actually going on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
The
should go to the cross.
Oh yes, my aunt's in the Department of Tourism, so there's a Filipino festival this weekend. So I work in the federal government, working on mental health. I'm really trying to improve mental health within the Filipino American community. We actually had an event with the Philippine Embassy last year to address Filipino American mental health by having a forum nationwide. So I talked to you about my family earlier. About half of them actually immigrated to the U.S. last year, and that's why I'm dedicating my legacy project to them. During that experience, it was very difficult for them to find work, just because they are farmers and fishermen. And so my project, the Biting Hand Collective, connects newly arrived immigrants to resources in the Filipino community in Washington, D.C. We have roughly 97,000 of us, but it's very difficult to find one another. That means we have about 1 in every 100 people as Filipinos, yet it's hard to find one another.
Washington is a very busy.
Yes, DC transplants that are coming in
District.
every year.
I was in DuPont.
Pond Circle? See.
Because I was fortunate enough to be sent by the U.S. State Department under the IVFP program in 2011 or 12, before going to Boston. I was sent to Washington, graduate school, then sent to Seattle. Studied community studies and waste management in Seattle, and Oklahoma, wastewater in Oklahoma. Onak siya nagparo sa I was there for 1 month.
1 month.
Yes.
Well, next time when you're there, let us know.
All expenses paid by the U.S. tax. With allowance. What we call the cultural allowance. Yes.
Good afternoon, Mayor. My name is Sergio Alpavilla. The guy Iloilo pa man ako. So I was born in Iloilo and currently live in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm an attorney for a nonprofit organization. My focus on my
State of Hawaii. You practice only in state of Hawaii.
Yes, sir. For just the
Di ba ganun sa Estados Unidos? There is a state where you can practice.
but you can also practice in front in the federal courts as well.
Ah, okay.
Like, it's a state issue. My focus is basically the political empowerment of the 4.3 million Filipinos in Hawaii, not in Hawaii, in the U.S. In the U.S. So I'd like to work with something called FLIPS, it's Filipino Leaders in Public Service.
Alam mo ang flip sa kalye? Flip. Sa kalye. Oh, flip yun eh.
But yeah, I want us to be able to control our own destiny politically.
Next.
Magandang hapon.
It's okay. I can hear you.
Magandang hapon. There you go. My name is Kevin Gala. I am from the San Francisco Bay Area. I work in technology as well. My legacy project is a mobile app related to, the aim of the mobile app is to alleviate traffic in Metro Manila. So, the first question, well, I guess, do I have time for questions? Or? Well, sure, okay. So the first question that I have is aside from the EO Order 1 that you introduced regarding open governance, what other types of legislation do you have planned that can help alleviate traffic? And the second question that I had was with regards to the venture fund, capital fund that you had just mentioned a few minutes ago. I would love to have some time to either pitch you or your subordinates on the idea that I have, because I feel that it could do a lot of good for the country and Philippine society.
We have so many laws already regarding traffic. Even jaywalking is still a law. There's so many laws. Now, with regard to traffic, simple lang ginagawa ko. I implement laws. I don't want to spend so much money for coupon bonds, airtimes, electricity, microphones, and other resources just to create another law, wherein there's too many laws already in this country and in this city. All we have to do as local chief executive is to implement it properly. And if there's one good thing about it, you know, a few weeks ago, nanawagan ako sa mga kababayan natin. Nakisuyo ako. Sabi ko kung pwede umila kayo sa sakayan ng jeep. Kaya sa local. Huwag na kayo makapag-unahan. Iwasan na natin yung crab mentality. Una-unahan. You know, a few minutes being ahead, you're still late. No matter what. It won't change anything. When you're late, you're late. A few minutes of it will not suffice or suppress or cushion the effects of being late. So that is what you call exercising it. But that kind of minutes or that ample time that you want, mauna ka lang, no? Put you in a very bad situation. Probably, you know, might hit by cars, trucks. Alam mo ang nangyari? I hope you'll see. Randomly, I'm checking the window of this office. With no police. No one's policing. But there's a cops. I had a Wi-Fi. I mean, adapting to. Pero alam mo nakakatulong. So, pagdating sa traffic, ayoko nang ubusin yung panahon. Kung ito yung mga batas, dapat ipatupad. Very, very strict. And certain about implementing laws. Walang mahirap, walang middle class, walang mayaman. So far, except nowadays, since mid-November, except the west area of the city, which is the Bay Area, there will be about 4,000 trucks will fly by that area because of the port operation. And there's a construction between our boundaries from the Botas to Manila for the Skyway. And you're welcome anytime. If you want to collaborate with us, just go get the number of Chief of Staff, Cesar Chavez. So it's going to be the answer. Sure. Pwede.
Hi, good afternoon, po. My name is TJ Simba Medel. I'm based in Bryant, Arkansas, and I'm a
Arkansas.
Opo.
Oh, si Clinton.
Yes. My parents are from Masaya and Quezon City.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh. So you're from Arkansas.
Opo.
At least you produce already one president.
Yeah.
And a very colorful one.
Yeah. I'm a performing artist, an arts educator, and a communication specialist, specifically in the humanity and technology. And my legacy project is geared towards creating a development program designed to, as technology continues to evolve, my goal is to use theatrical games and exercises in order to continue to build and have group thinking and ensemble building through both the private and public sectors. So I'm hoping to go ahead and promote that.
Magagaling itong mga inimbitahan.
Hi, I'm Risa O'Connor. I'm from Georgia. I'm a small claims court judge there and the first Filipino-American judge.
Wow.
But
Talagang uso ang bata ngayon. Batang judge, batang mayor. Batang prosecutor. Uso ngayon ang bata.
please.
My legacy project is to hopefully find ways to help bring cases or help with the backlog of cases in Philippine courts, to make things a little more efficient, to help alleviate the backlog in the system.
Thank you, guys.
Good afternoon, Mayor. First, thank you so much for having us. My phone has been vibrating because I told my mom that I'm here and she can't believe it, so I'm going to a selfie with you. So, shameless plug.
Watching abroad?
Yeah, she is. She is. And, they're a little behind, 14 hours. So, hi, Mom.
There's about 500 to 700,000 people watching this.
Oh my
Great.
God.
Lovely. I'll keep my smile like this. So I'm based from Chicago. I'm a law student. So I have a lot of mentors here, and we're a very proud batch. But my legacy project is really focused on second and third generations, specifically ages 18 to 24, and helping them reconcile their diasporic identity, really changing their perception of the Philippines and how beautiful this country is to the people overseas. And so we created, with the help of the Philippine Consulate and the DFA, and our partners with Ayala, a U-Lead, which stands for Youth Leaders in Diaspora. And we have immersion programs in which we encourage them to rediscover their roots. So I was part of the inaugural batch and went to Bataan, Corregidor, and we did house buildings with Gawin Kalinga, and that really changed the perception of my fellow batchmates to really come to the Philippines and be proud of who we are as Filipino Americans. And so your example as a young public servant has really changed and is hope for many of us to be positive and continue the fight of changing the view of public service. So thank you, Mayor, for having us.
Especially nowadays, we need you guys explaining to your friends on what's happening with regard to us posting CPs. Shit happens. It's normal. Kumbaga, real talk lang. Instead of blaming each other, at the end of the day, even though you're in America, you're still Filipino. You don't belong to anybody. You belong to this country. So we should take care of each other, especially in the eyes of the international community. We may have indifferences, we may have different views, political colors. It doesn't matter when our country is at stake. We should be united, setting aside indifferences. I encourage you to do the same, especially nowadays. The country needs you to explain to, shit's happened, wala tayong magagawa dyan. Who would want these things to? At the end of the day, pagtiklop ng araw, Pilipino ka pa rin. Ang hiniya mo, kapwa mo, Pilipino. And remember, ang itinataas ang sarili, binababa ng Diyos. I hope you get what I kasi lalo yun tama yung sinabi mo talaga. Kasi wala namang magmamalasakit sa atin. You're just fortunate to have a comfortable life, at least at the very least, because in the States, ang playing field is flat. No favors will come to Juan, Pedro, and Petra. It's all up to you at the end of the day on how you're going to excel. So level lang. So that's why there's, but time you may have, lalo ngayon sa Amerika, di ba, ang taas ng political ng tao. Pero once na may nadali na isang Amerikano, everybody, how I wish that someday somehow I can see like in the likes of Republicans and Democrats standing in a stair in front of that building, white building, coming all together, uniting for a reason. That was the 9/11 picture. I saw it. Kaisang, yun tayo, mga Pilipino. At parang, hello, tayo na. Ba't mo naman puputyain yung isang tao in your favor, tapos at the expense of Filipinos? Too much politics. Please.
That's it, sir.
Yes.
We are the myself, Major Shar, and JR Kalana. We're pro alumni. I'm the immersion program co-chair.
From the last program.
4 years ago, sir, and now I'm running the program with another alumni, and this is part of our executive committee. Our secretary, Major Shar McGinnis.
Major of
United States Air Force.
Airport.
No, sir, I tell them where to go.
Much better.
That's right, sir.
Yung isang challenge yan ng national security. We must have kind of those resources. I think it's time already, long overdue. We have to develop our protection with regard to airspace. Especially if you have sense of geography of the country. Countries archipelagic. Very seldom islands are connected by bridges. A few, but not. There's about 7,100 islands. And the fastest way to go is via air. And the best way to protect archipelagic countries via air. Quick. I don't know. We have good soldiers also for how do you flyman or whatever?
Wingman.
Huh?
Wingman.
Wingman. No. We have also we have trainings in the US. I was fortunate enough to be seated with one of my colleagues. It's the chief security of the entire US bases in the world. Swerte-swerte rin sa pag-aaral. Yan ang maganda dyan. Malaki yung community mo.
Mayor, JR Kalana, I was part of the first batch 8 years ago. Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to be on the executive committee to help search for these 15.
Yung galing nga eh. Napaka-diverse naman eh.
This year was the most competitive year of all our 8 years. And then we moved from 10 to 15 this year because we had so many great applicants. And so, yeah, thank you so much, Mayor, for having us. Everybody here talaga has a burning desire to help. We just need to know how we can do that. But everybody here, I'm sure you can feel it.
Good thing may Ayala. Actually, I'm honored. Nabisita kayo. Pasensya na kayo. Wala man lang kung may offer sa inyo. But at the very least, least that I can offer you is to give you hope. That, don't worry, in our own little way, your city, the capital of the country, will do its best. Bring back vibrancy in the city. If you have who's from New York, you know the concept of broken window? Iba lang ang setup. If you come read about it, that's what you saw already for the past 4 months in the city. Simple things. Broken window thing. I cannot guarantee you that we are going to be successful because failure is inevitable to every human being. So I might fail. And nalagay ko lagi sa isipan ko about failure so that I can move on immediately. But if I cannot guarantee you success of bringing back the golden era of the city of Manila being the capital, at the very least that I can give you before you go home, I guarantee you that Manila will be different. At the very least. Yan. With regard to social remuneration, peace and order, cleanliness. Good lang. Yung mga vertical development, that will take time. It will cost a lot of money. So while waiting, I think I will venture or put so much time in changing the mindset of our people. It's always here in their subconscious. I want to bring it back to their conscious mind that in democracy there is responsibility. While you enjoy all these things, you have to be responsible to yourself, to your family, and to your community and country. May katibat yun na responsibilidad. Whatever you enjoy, whatever we enjoy right now, somebody paid for it in the past. And you see them in stones, in metals around the city. So the least thing that we can do is to make the next generation remember. Niawan Diyos. That's why we're trying to do our best, and because God will take care of the rest. That's what we always say. So at the same time, our campaign is Manila, God first. Because after everything is said and done, we leave it to God to do the rest. Very challenging in Manila ngayon. Very challenging. And I hope you can drop by, pass by Jones Bridge. Kailan? Yung Sunday. Hindi ko gawa.
They were still paid.
Noong 24 lang namin binuksan eh. Sunday yun eh.
So we did the Bambay tour.
That was introduction of DOT, the Bambay. DOT's project. May partner sila with the private sector. A group of individuals who created the idea of creating Oh, you're going back to Intramuros? No? Sayang. I don't know if somebody told you from DOT that there is the first fire truck in the country still there in the fire station. It's 1870s. And the first gulong na ginawa ng Goodyear. Ano doon ba sa fire truck? Goodyear. Kaya, dami sabi sa inyo eh. I don't have to look farther. Nandiyan dyan lang. simple peace. And then chaos, tyranny, anarchy, eradicate it. Obstruction, eradicate it. Put things in order, in right perspective. Then, naturally, they see it. Private sector will come. So, yun lang maiuwi namin para sa inyo. Mangarap kayo pa, sana patuloy kayo maniwala na meron ding tao sa gobyerno na talaga nagmamalasakit sa kanyang mga gusto.
So, Mayor, on behalf of this year's delegates of PhilPro, Filipino Young Leaders Program, we have presented and prepared a few knickknacks from each of our regions for you to enjoy, as well as our bios from this year's delegates. And then also on behalf of the Filipino Young Leaders.
Hindi ako mahilig sa sweets eh. Why? Sweet na ako eh.
Galing! And then, in addition of our organization's Filipino Young Leaders Program, we'd like to present to you a challenge coin, the first edition challenge coin of our appreciation for being a trailblazer as a bridge and a representative of young public servants in the Philippines and abroad. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you.
Can I ask for that selfie now?
Oh! Gagawin natin, tig-iisa tayo.
Can we take a quick picture?
Next partner.
Wow.
This is awesome.
Yeah, let's get in line over here, folks.
Thank you.
Line over that way.
Thank you.